All right, so there's the push through screen.
As we're pushing through, remember we've got the Patreon. We appreciate your support. Links will be shared up after the event as usual. Please do support us if you can. Even just $1 or £1 a month makes all the difference. And you can set a custom amount if you feel like doing a $5 a month or something like that. As we're still going, Nemesis, just let me know and I'll stop talking. Remember, when you have feedback for the event, give it to your CLs. They bring it to us in the meeting. We had a very successful meeting with a lot coming out the back end of it. Last Friday, the community leader meetings are every other Friday, so there will not be one in between this event, but after the next event next week, there will be. How are we? Are we in the map screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. Fantastic. This is not here. So Nemesis, can you improvise a briefing?
Attack defense sectors. Not sequential, if I remember correctly.
Okay, fantastic. BLUFOR, any questions? Fantastic. OPFOR, any questions?
Estonian monarchist front.
I'll double check. Does OPFOR have any anti-air?
They shouldn't have any.
Alright, good.
They still have.
Fantastic. FOR, any questions? Cool, then without further ado, let's launch in.
Round 2 begins now. Hi, Barb.
Hi, Weewoo. Nice
BLUFOR is,
chat. Holy shit, it's foggy.
it is a foggy map.
Jeez.
They said UH-1s. There are 2 Blackhawks unarmed, and there are 2 armed UH-1s. There they are, okay.
Yeah, there's Blackhawks and Hueys. Which is a weird mix, but hey, I guess it works.
Oh no, the boats are doing that. They sink into the water and desync slightly. Oh, I love it.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Oh, yep, and they've all gone underwater for me. Powerful.
They're going to run Nimia over again. Hooray.
Oh, God.
And Nimia's on BLUFOR, which means she is going to get run over. Hooray. Now, some advice for you for round 3. If Nimia is horny, just bonk her with the horny stick and you'll be A-okay. And then on the frigate, there's a little couch with some Xbox controllers. That's cute.
What?
What, the SOCOM birds are, they're just gonna stay inside and play video games all day. Isn't that nice?
What the fuck? Yeah, that is a fuck. Well, no, it's not an Xbox. It's a fucking Z-Box.
Ah, right. I'm sorry. Z-Box.
What the fuck mod is this from? I've never seen this before.
That's vanilla.
Why would you lie to me like this?
All right. That is vanilla. Those are vanilla assets.
I don't believe you. I'm gonna choose not to believe you, no matter what you say.
All right. Can you talk about OPFOR right now so I can order my damn pizza? Thank you.
Oh, damn. Okay, yeah. So OPFOR, we've been launched from Arma into a game of Hearts of Iron because OPFOR are the Estonian monarchist front.
That's cute.
Weird, but hey, you know, whatever. They are using looks to be the M21s, which are 5.56, almost like a Galil. So not quite the Stanags, but it is still 5.56, along with 7.62 PKMs. Trying to find their marksmen. Yeah, PKMs 5.56. And I could probably just look at their roster. And they actually do not have a marksman. I think they have 2 people in X-ray, but neither of them are a marksman. So it's just going to be 5.56 and 7.62. As for assets, they have a number of police technicals, I guess really just pickup trucks.
Arma,
With,
Jesus, what a name.
3 static M2s, a couple BRDMs, one with a turret, one without, and some other trucks for transport. Yeah, the fog is thick today. I'm talking like maybe 100 meters max for any kind of spotting. The silhouette's maybe out to 200, but still, Jesus.
Well, so sometimes we do see them with the dynamic weather module. They do clear out some of the fog, or make the map a little brighter because it initially starts off
as
too
it
dark.
goes
But yeah, Here,
see
I'm gonna
what
switch out
happens,
the
but,
music real quick.
Yeah, so we're having a 5.56 versus 5.56 battle. Do you want me to look at BLUFOR, or do you want to go over sectors?
Let's look over BLUFOR now. Standard U.S. military, but let's have a look.
Oh, Lord. Nelson is giving everyone a haircut with that little bird. Beautiful. Scandi are trying to get into the citadel of the carrier. Naps is sitting in the corner, not wanting to go outside and play with the others. Don't entirely blame him.
So again, that SOCOM bird doesn't really have any room to bring anyone in, but I do like how they, the mission maker put the Easter egg on to add the Fallout bottle cap inside. But it does have a good recon camera, so that'll help BLUFOR plan here, though the fog is still pretty thick to break through.
Yeah, the little, it's Vault 160 little vault guy. I don't even know that vaults went up that high in number. Anyway, but yeah, SOCOM bird's just going to be for recon with that camera pod. The two UH-60 Blackhawks, they actually don't have miniguns, so those are going to be purely for transport. The Hueys have 240s, one on each side at, I think, like 2,000 rounds apiece. So they're going to have plenty of ammo, but they are the Hueys, so they are going to be a little more vulnerable than the Blackhawks. Otherwise, yeah, 5.56 in the form of M4s for the riflemen. Marksman, Lolo has an SR-25, that's pretty standard, and I want to say I saw a 240 Bravo here and there, but otherwise it's going to be
Whenever the weapon seems.
Saws. Yep. So, kind of a bit of a mirror match. OPFOR has a bit of an advantage with their squad level machine guns being the 7.62 by 54R PKMs.
Yep.
But BLUFOR obviously has the advantage in their transport, that being 4 fucking helicopters. 5 if you count the little bird, but they have the ability, especially that since OPFOR doesn't have any dedicated anti-air asset or weaponry, they can land pretty much anywhere that they want to without too much risk. Obviously, they want to avoid the areas around the sectors themselves, but they could land way down to the southeast at Strelka and just kind of hoof it from there if they wanted to.
So let's have a look at these sectors. Let's start with number 1. Number 1 being just a simple lighthouse area. It does have a Jeep kind of covered on the end of the road there, but this building is fully enterable, and they actually made a custom interior for it, so that's kind of nice, but it gives the defending faction a little bit of room to fortify in this area. Also, I'm being poked that we need to go look at BLUFOR spawn right now, because they have made the Scandi Recon Tower of up to 5 people, and they're about to make it 6.
Shit!
They have made it 6 people. God fucking damn it.
G-Legs, the pilot, is the star on top of the Christmas tree of Scandi.
Let's see if they get to 7.
Well, Falcon, he's gonna be the one to fuck it up.
Nope.
Yep, told you.
He fucked it up.
Told you. Called it. G-Legs is spinning around like a Beyblade.
And they just...
Infidel
Nope.
off.
Oh.
And
The tower collapses. Ah, fuck's sake. Our players.
Amenities, and I might be mem leaking.
Amazing. Anyway, back to Sector 1. OPFOR is deploying a group here. They do have the nice little lighthouse here they can climb up to the roof on and take out anything that comes towards this AO, so that's really nice to see. There is also this big hill to the east that OPFOR looks like they're setting up a few things on, so that'll help them kind of watch for any BLUFOR forces coming from boat. But in terms of sight lines to the first AO, it's a little tough because we do have a nice good chunk of trees here that could help BLUFOR kind of maneuver in and get to this objective early on. But because it is a sector control, again, all of OPFOR needs to be dead or unconscious in the medical symbol down, which you'll see as the op begins, for BLUFOR to take the zone. So, BLUFOR here.
The carrier right now.
What did they do?
Because they're in safe start, they're all just jumping from the deck into the water from about.
Of course they are.
Up.
Yeah.
Great. I saw one person just fucking do an elbow drop from the top rope onto one of the ribs. It was amazing. It was glorious.
Gotta love it when you're invincible. Just jumping willy-nilly in the water. So BLUFOR is prepping a naval invasion, but OPFOR does have room to put their armed vehicles on the coast and patrol for such an invasion. But anyway, back to Sector 1 here. I think OPFOR has some great ways to hold the sector, but BLUFOR could easily get up close, assault from the western flank, and control the sector itself. Now, Sector 2, the actual airport of Utes here. It is a little fortified here. We do see a little Livonian radar position put up as well in the middle of two military buildings, which are fully enterable. They're the Livonian assets as well, because you can get on both the little sideway and the first and second story of the air traffic control tower building. So someone had a lot of thought here in replacing these assets, which I really do appreciate. And all the barracks are fully enterable as well. So a lot of places OPFOR can hide their units. Nothing custom in the hangars though, but that allows OPFOR a lot of room to sneak forces around. Now let's look at Sector 3. Sector 3 only having a minimal defensive area, but this appears to be a nice custom radar position. That again, taken from Livonian assets here. A nice little bunker, not really a bunker complex, just, you know, a few barracks and just the radar building itself. But this radar building can easily turn into a player base's nightmare because there are just so many places on the second story to fire onto the first story to deny anyone from being able to assault this building. Furthermore, you can't destroy this building. It has no destruction texture. So OPFOR could easily go in and camp that and deny BLUFOR from going in. But they're only having a minor garrison going in, interestingly enough. And it looks like Pierce is it Pierce commanding OPFOR? I honestly forget. Yes, it is Pierce commanding. He is chilling in the command BRDM with two others. I would assume his command squad, and they're just going to wait out to see what OPFOR spots with BLUFOR coming in. But otherwise, Safe Start's going to continue. BLUFOR will make some sort of naval attack, and we'll just have to see how this AO plays out.
Yeah, Red 4 does now have their marksman in the form of Arma Jesus, who is running around without any clothes on, just like Jesus would. And it looks like they're actually pulling away from Sector 3. King's the only one still in there.
Oh! Truck just exploded to the west of Sector 1, excuse me, east of Sector 1. They had 250 cals placed right here. I have no idea what blew it up, but there are no casualties because it's still in Safe Start, but that was
that is
interesting. I honestly have no idea what caused that.
Who knows, maybe they hit the sandbags or something, and Arma said, you know what, I'm going to roll a natural 20 and blow this shit up.
But they're making a fortified defense line here. I guess just expecting BLUFOR to potentially dismount right there. A little risky since OPFOR has only 100 points for fortifications here, but I can see what they're trying to get at. If they can catch BLUFOR to come on this spot, BLUFOR's going to have a really tough time assaulting this area because of the 2 out of the 350 cals that OPFOR has are being placed in that spot. Really risky for OPFOR, but if BLUFOR just goes there, they might just pull it off.
This is an interesting setup, like you said. Again, this is sector defense, so they don't have an objective other than to clear out this area. And the fact they're setting up on the hill, it gives them good cover and good all around. Nimia is
good, man?
me. Nimia is messaging me. I swear to Almighty Christ, if I get TSB'd in this boat. And I am now going to watch her very closely.
If she gets run over again in a boat and dies, I'm going to laugh my ass off, because that's exactly what happened last round.
Yeah, and so I'm just going to keep a hard camera on her position. But yeah, that Sector 1 position is an interesting call. Good eyes from the south on that coast, but not really good eyes west onto the sector itself. They do have a 6-man team over there holding it from the house.
Good Overwatch Doug here as well.
King is still just 1-man arming Sector 3, and the rest of Red 4 is over by the airfield at Sector 2.
I will say though, the fortifications we're seeing dug at sectors 1 and 2 are actually really, really nice. The fear though is just there's a lot of OPFOR guys to the side of sector 1 itself and sector 3, which in my opinion is probably one of the best to defend with just a squad to stay inside and have a little bit of a holdout in the building itself, you know, force people in fatal funnels and whatnot. Not really getting any attention here, so I don't know. We'll just have to see how OPFOR does with this defensive strat. Barb, you okay? Are you watching Nim too hard, you pervert?
Yeah, she's still messaging me, and well, I can't say that word anymore. But yeah, I just had to remind her to double tap V to buckle into the boat.
I see. Well, otherwise it looks like BLUFOR is actually going to go for a massive flank around attack on the eastern side of the island, which is really smart because the OPFOR safe start zone encompasses the entire northwestern chunk, so OPFOR could have set up defenses anywhere on the beach here, so BLUFOR is going to play it safe, and I think that's a really good call, especially since that is going to knock out BLUFOR's large defense line they've dug right here, just nullifying it completely, because again, they got 250 cal bunkers up here, and it's just going to end up becoming such a waste. I really don't understand why OPFOR dug that. If it was overwatching Sector 1, for example, like they dug some defenses over here, then I'd get it. But this is just a lot of points to throw on a random beach assault, which has a very low likelihood of happening because there's so many other places BLUFOR can enter the AO in.
Yeah, and I think that they're almost betting on them being very aggressive. Now, I will say, Scandi Recon have ditched their boat idea, and looks like they're going to the deck of the carrier to get in one of the Blackhawks. So, we'll see what happens with that, but safe start is about to end here if it hasn't already. Yeah, no, there we go. So they are.
I just heard an OPFOR gunshot. I think that was just a mispain there, but you're right. BLUFOR is launching with all the boats. Helicopters are starting to mobilize here. We still have a lot of guys on deck. One of the Hueys actually loaded to bear with a shit ton of dudes. That is nice to see. And one of the Blackhawks is loaded to bear as well. We're seeing a lot of infantry starting to get into the other Blackhawk as well. So we're going to see a two-pronged attack here.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot. Actually, no, only one Huey. That's right. So I guess one's going to be a bit of a distraction, unless that's some marksman in there, which it might be. But yeah, they will be. The way I see this happening is that the boats are going to get a bit of an LZ. They're going to clear the area, call it clear and signal the helicopters to come into the area. It looks like they, based on their vector now, they might be going for Strelka because it's on the opposite end of the island and should be relatively ungarrisoned, which right now it is. The only thing that's near them is that roaming BTR with the 14.5 KPDT.
So I'm looking through the roster right now. I cannot find where T5's Bay +1 is, but it looks like it's no longer a +1. The guy got out of the helicopter last second and switched to another. So I don't know. The SOCOM Little Bird is staying close to the other helis, though. It's not immediately going out to recon LZs. It's just gonna chill there.
It is arguably the least protected and least armored helicopter that BLUFOR has, so I can imagine why it's not going to be at the tip of the spear. But it does need to, if it wants to be effective, it is going to need. Well, also you have to imagine that the camera can't cut through the fog that well. Maybe a bit.
Yeah.
Thermals, then it's definitely limited in its effectiveness. Like it's gonna have to get too close for comfort in order to actually be able to spot stuff, which is a big disadvantage to having this fog. It does mean that BLUFOR will be able to land most likely uncontested. Looks like they're going north on the eastern coast of this island. We'll see if they turn in to that bay. But it looks like they actually might be going a bit further north, maybe to .32 or 36 or a bit more north from there, but we will see.
So far, OPFOR, I don't really see them having any good eyes on where BLUFOR could potentially come up on. And I'm just watching the helicopters ingress now, making sure none crash into each other. But it looks like the Blackhawks might go in to follow up with the boats on BLUFOR. BLUFOR still had extra boats here, so they did deliberately put some men in these helicopters here, but for what purpose, I don't know. Maybe just in case BLUFOR drove up to where OPFOR was fortified, having some guys in reserve in helicopters just to make sure there wouldn't be a total wipe of manpower. I could understand that as you know, just an investment, or insurance would be the better word, to make sure that BLUFOR doesn't get wiped immediately.
Of
A diversified investment. That's a funny way to put it. But so far, I'm curious to see where these helicopters go. I do like how the SOCOM bird is starting to fold in now. I think it's going to try to find a decent LZ to fold units in, but we might see.
These boats are going like way northeast, so they might be going for this forested landing over on the northeast side of the island. They're starting to turn west-southwest now.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're going in for just northeast of the airfield, which isn't a terrible LZ either. But having one of the Blackhawks now fly over Strelka by that lighthouse, going to be landing and discharging its full load up there. That's going to be Scandi and TSB coming out now.
Why does he sound so lewd when he says that?
So they're going to secure this area and just... it looks like they might be going just to comb the whole place, get a decent foothold, and understand the area before they really make any kind of aggressive move. Boats are coming in pretty good now. I'm pretty sure McGowan just crashed out. Yep. So that boat is about to go nuclear, and it does.
Woo! People just flew. Whoa!
Yep. I caught that.
Ends up on the coast.
Wait, where's the boat now?
Easton has been run over. It pulled around and took a right. Now you got some 4IB guys that have dismounted on the beach, but some other 4IB guys that
yeah, Easton is gonna.
Looks like everyone's okay.
He almost has a Nimia, but he's not going.
No, it wasn't deep enough. Otherwise, Choppers also dismounted some forces into the town of Strelka. And we do have the armed BRDM looking in the waterway direction, not necessarily at the town, so I don't think it caught the chopper there. But we do have a UH-60 flying close. Flux is going to be able to hear it, staying on a little tower right here, but instead he's looking out potentially at X-Ray's direction. I'm going to look into his eyes. He's looking right at that group. I'm not sure if he spotted them, though. He might have heard the helicopter land on that spot, though.
That's heartfelt. You're going to look right deep into his eyes, gaze into his soul, peer into his deepest, darkest desires.
I'm the drunk one, not you. Let's calm it down there, Chief. But now we got some 50 cal fire coming up on the helicopters from the massive fortified hill position that OPFOR's invested so much on. And I think based off where BLUFOR is dismounted, it might be used, because BLUFOR is going to be pushing to Sector 1 last. They're probably going to go for Sector 2 first, then 3, and then go to 1. So we still might see some use here. OPFOR can still pick up the 50 cal turrets and face them in different directions. But at the same time, defensive lines to the east itself are a little hammered because of some really well-placed trees here, as well as there's still the ridge continuing to the east. But you have a UH-60 that has also deployed a strike team really close to Sector 2 as well, and I think at this point BLUFOR is just trying to figure out where OPFOR's defensive lines are.
Well, now OPFOR in the form of Mass and Troll, they're running around that BRDM. They drove completely around Scandi and TSB on the south side of Strelka, and now they've posted up near where they actually dropped off, but I don't think they have sign of them just yet. Mass has gotten out and is looking around for them, but that's going to be a very nasty surprise if they roll up on the rear end of Scandi.
Wait, what just happened there?
We'll see what happens. Helicopters are flying over the airfield.
We just had to disconnect there, actually.
Some distraction plays since they don't have any guns or anyone to shoot out the doors.
Some audio drawing out to make people look up, especially in this foggy weather. The more people they can distract with that, the less people that are looking around and really trying to focus on where BLUFOR might be moving up.
Play from BLUFOR X-Ray. They're on a tiny island to the west of Sector 3 that is pretty well isolated. I guess maybe they were thinking they could cross over to the east across that strait, but that's a pretty deep body of water and they would be pretty exposed. I wonder if King has
they're trying to scout out, but King is looking with binos over in that direction. He could have potentially spotted them. Now you're hearing those 50 cals again firing up at the helicopter with T5 Bay flying. And he quickly breaks speed, and he is now in a dive.
T5 Bay going tough.
No, he's screwed. T5 Bay, no! He just lost
Water drop.
his avionics there. I don't know what to make of it.
Tried spinning, but it wasn't a good trick in that scenario.
I see. Yep, sometimes we can't be Anakin Skywalker ourselves. And T5 Bay, who I often regard as one of the best players in FNF, is the first to take a drink.
I mean, I think you were the first one, but in this round, maybe.
Shush your mouth. So funny enough, we're actually having the Echo 2 group going into the worst possible assault position because that's where OPFOR has all of their defensive lines. But no one on OPFOR is actually down there to look. You got Bronson now coming down. 50 cals have moved.
He's checking around, but no, he does a quick peek and he doesn't see anything, so he's just looking up at the helicopter now, which actually might draw his eye to that Echo team now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's exactly what just happened. I think he saw Daniel. He's seeing movement. Yeah, that helicopter completely gave away that push as he's
Oh dear.
going to be drawing the attention of everyone else there.
Yep, so Bronson now engaging. You're starting to see other OPFOR guys maneuver to the southern flank here. Whoa, Bronson already knocking out Paladin. What a good shot there. But some GL fire going up on this hill. So I think this BLUFOR group's going to get in a little bit of a pickle here. We have another BLUFOR group, meanwhile, on the northeastern side, about to run into the OPFOR Charlie 2 group, which they also have a 50 cal at their disposal. So, and then we got Buckets looking over. Now BLUFOR is starting to open up to knock out Thicky there. And we have more BLUFOR groups now starting to enclose onto Sector 2 to do a northern to southern approach. But that southern group does have a lot of open area to assault from because of that airfield. And the northern side of the pincer has been spotted. Brandy getting shot at by Stenley there. And grenades being exchanged. Stenley is taken out.
No, Stanley took out someone, but Stanley's definitely still up.
Ooh, BRDM looked like it was going to drive into BLUFOR's forces here, but it pulled left at the last second. Not sure if they spotted anyone. And now you've got 3 different positions of firefights actively on this island as the air support is trying to do their best to assist. But I don't know. It's really hard to tell here. BLUFOR does have a numbers advantage, but a lot of those numbers went into piloting and crewing the helicopters. So it's kind of even on the ground level, and in this weather, it's really hard for those UH-1s to support the infantry. So advantage is going to go to defenders here, but BLUFOR is too spaced out to really do anything because the northern side, they're on 3, now 4 KIA with 4 IB, and that attack wave is pretty much falling apart.
Yeah, over here on the northeastern side, we have about a dozen or so BLUFOR guys coming up on just a very small group of 3 or 4 Red 4 up in the trees near the coast. So if they get spotted out, they should be overwhelmed pretty quickly. And I think they have been spotted out because I'm seeing some smokes and stuff sent their way. But yeah, it's going to be important for BLUFOR to win these smaller engagements where they have these number advantages. Like with Command and Alpha 1 over here, it's a pretty even fight, which is not what you want to be in. You want to have the advantage. So this
you want to fight unfair.
BLUFOR is going to win because they're attacking against an equally armed defense force. Otherwise, Echo 2, yeah, they're still under fire. Although I don't think they've taken many casualties. Let me check on that.
By the way, OPFOR is breaching into the southern tower of Sector 2 where BLUFOR is breaching into it. OPFOR had 2 guys defending just to basically do some overwatch. And Holton getting taken out by MapNor there, just wasn't able to lift his MG enough to take out MapNor, instead getting some leg shots, crippling him, but not killing him. And because he was prone head first, that allowed MapNor to get the shot. Meanwhile, Panzer on the northern side getting a wonderful double kill there. Gets crippled for it, but taking out 2 BLUFOR guys on the already weakened northern flank really helped him out there. Otherwise, far to the north, you got Matt Coro and Dust Eye in a firefight here, but no clear winner.
From both of them, GL going far. I think almost hit Becky.
And he gets picked off by Olaf.
Yeah, either Olaf or Rory, so good job there. Now they
1 kill.
They got Becky and Skip. We can call that done. Command for BLUFOR has fallen back, as well as the other group that they were with, which, cutting...
Daniel lining a shot up on Twig King. Daniel only had a few bullets in his magazine, though, allowing Twig King to return fire and take him out. Unfortunate, because Daniel had the advantage there, but didn't check how much ammo he had in his gun.
TSB and Scandi on the opposite
We have a
side,
ghost.
southern side of the airfield, dealing with all the garrison up there. Cholt and Maz in the BRDM, they have pulled back to Sector 2, so that 14.5 is now trained on Scandi.
Yeah, you never want to fight fair.
A few people are down. Don't know about any deaths per se, but they need to be very careful as both Hueys...
Fred and Command hide in a tree.
On Sector 2 north of the airfield now.
Yep, that is because Fred is on the northeastern side of Sector 2, alone hiding in a tree, and I think he's calling air to just start strafing that position to try to give his group some relief. But his major force is now to the south. They have a lot of open ground to cover, but the BRDM is starting to fire. Oh, I stand corrected. Ma's round came in from the southern group and completely annihilated that BRDM and took out a large building with them, denying OPFOR room to hide.
Very nicely done. One less building to clear out and worry about. Pierce is now coming around to the unarmed BRDM. It looks like he might get out of there though, but a great shot, willing to put money that it was Iander, and it was.
It's not even bettable. You know who makes those shots in Friday night fights. Definitely.
It's friendly fired first.
Well, then it's still Iander, especially if it's a friendly Apache. But anyway.
Sure, whatever.
Internal memes, I love it. BLUFOR is kind of at a stop here, because Sector 1's attack has fallen flat. Twig King is now hunting the remaining 5 guys. BLUFOR lost a lot of guys on the northern side. And the
pickle now, if they push over across to get to Sector 2, they're going to get shot on the side by Derop, Dardis, Tessic, Blade, a bunch of names.
Yep, that northern defensive line.
They have a great overwatch on this sector, so they'd be able to defend that pretty nicely. So yeah, this is a tough spot for BLUFOR. They are progressing north. If they should be able to take Sector 3 pretty easily if X-Ray were to move an Iota from their position, no pun intended. Actually, Iota's in that team. Fuck.
Well, you tried. But I think BLUFOR is just going to skirmish with Sector 2, knowing they have time. And in that same chunk of time, the northern attack group is going to continue to move around, eventually taking Sector 3. But OPFOR's small force here of Charlie 2 has done a really good job of halting that offensive. What BLUFOR really needs to consider is trying to attack from a different angle, potentially pushing X-Ray into Sector 3. But it's a very tough call here because visibility is so limited. And again, BLUFOR lost its numbers advantage when they put so many dudes in aircraft instead of on the ground. So I don't know. I think BLUFOR is going to be able to take 1, potentially 2 sectors, but by the time they get to Sector 1, OPFOR is going to have way too many forces there, garrison, especially since they have both of those 50 cals still there, and they're just not going to be able to push past.
Now that hill position northeast of Sector 2 is actually firing onto Scandi's position. Seems some grenade. No way that a grenade flew that far. That was way too far of a throw. But,
Beautiful pick off by Dusty there.
I think
Dusty got a pick-off kill on the northern group. He's still firing to make sure he got the kill, but let's see. We're at the 32-minute mark. The round officially ends at the 1 hour and 5-minute mark, so still 33 minutes left, but I think OPFOR is just going to be able to whittle down that Sector 2 central force, and the guerrilla war that OPFOR is playing here with the 1ER guys are getting some good pickoffs. Rory getting knocked out. They're firing some more shots, making Gazag pull back here. Gazag has been doing really well. Did really well in round 1. I'm curious to see what he does for this round, but I think OPFOR is just going to be able to stall, and this is going to go into the long game.
now we do have 4 IBs crawling up on the eastern side of Sector 2's hill defense point. If they're able to get up there, which actually now they're pulling back, but yeah, it's important to remember that BLUFOR has no real on-the-ground transport. They have the helicopters, which they can, you know, obviously move around very quickly using those, but it takes a lot of coordination and a lot of time to just get in one and then dismount somewhere else.
Real quick. On the northern attack, Bucket's sneaking around right on top of BLUFOR guys. I think he's going to be able to get a large outflank here and get a few of these BLUFOR guys before he's taken out.
Ooh, yeah, I'm seeing that.
He just saw Olaf. He's trying to get up, get in the tree. He's going to tap Olaf in the side of the head. There's the kill.
Andreas.
And no, yep, he does turn around to look, but these guns sound really similar. And I think they just spotted Olaf. Nope, I thought they spotted Buckets, but he immediately went prone and starts crawling through the grass again.
Yeah, the grass is just on him. I think Andreas might have seen his backpack, but no.
Nope, Ventric pushing up, though. Sees Buckets. All right, so it's a 1-to-1. But again, looking over, we got Rory and STS down. Skip now pulling back, but they've stalled that area really, really well. And now on the central attack, we are seeing some BLUFOR guys getting up to the hill. They could alleviate that southern defensive line on the northeastern hill, but it's going to be tough. But 4IB can do wonders in a really sticky situation. Grenade almost rolling down on Foika's position. That would have been lethal. But we also see some dead BLUFOR guys right here because they've already tried to attack this position. So that has to be demoralizing for BLUFOR there.
Christensen's doing some low passes around Kameni. Actually does a great drift, as it looks like he's trying to land actually, but now he's taking fire from that radar station and from the rest of Red 4 X-Ray.
Yep, that would be Flux from the medic and King, who is the team leader, squad lead, because he has the slash in his name.
So great job from him, from Christensen, to draw that fire, know that there is an enemy presence in Kameni, even though he doesn't know how much. Again, just the knowledge of
I knew they would push.
There, he can relay that to that Bravo team and to the BLUFOR X-Ray team.
Real quick.
They know that they know.
BLUFOR X-Ray team, 3 are crossing. Lolo the marksman overwatching. They are being forced to kind of get direct here because of how stalled the other attacks have been. Looking over though, we have Nizel here, who just got taken out. He drove a truck up on his own, I believe, but was taken out by OPFOR's defensive lines. OPFOR, a little bit of confusion here on who's at what, but we do see Dardis down right.
And 4IB pushing up to the top of the hill now.
Yep.
And, crawling up. He might get caught in the side by Blade. If Blade doesn't see him, though.
He does not.
So he's going to be... So McLaughlin's going to be able to crawl into that bunker.
Utes' grass is really good for crawling around, and we've already seen it done twice. Mikal here is going to throw a grenade just to go on the safe side here. It's a smoke grenade, though, but now you got Blade walking around.
McLaughlin needs to get out of there. But Stenley, he knows that Stenley's in here. Is Stenley even in there?
Stenley's not in there, but he's going around the side.
I saw his icon. Oh, he turns away right as Stenley was coming in.
I think he heard the footsteps. He definitely heard that throw. Stenley, and he gets kind of out of position. The mag dump coming in, but they trade because Stenley was aiming a little too low from his head, instead hitting his arm, and I think Miguel was able to hit him in the head and create that trade, but Stenley did survive that. So
Stark and Foika need to capitalize on
Blade could go in and help him.
Back up into there. Question is, though, who laid that charge down? Probably is Tessic, who is the combat engineer up there. And Stenley's a medic, so yeah, probably either Tessic or Scavy.
By the way, real quick, Paladin's pushed up on the left flank all on his own, and he's going to try to sneak up. As OPFOR's closing the gap here, trying to pin new Miles down. But now OPFOR's shooting at each other. I think OPFOR just picked off one of their own guys on the left flank. Because there's a massive blue-on-blue incident going on.
Sorry, where at?
On Sector 1. Yeah, so Slow picked off one of the OPFOR guys. Now you got Money picking off that one BLUFOR guy. Paladin got picked off as well, but yeah, they're
getting dumped. These platoons.
Massive blue-on-blue. And
Yeah, well,
I don't think that's going to be enough to give BLUFOR the advantage here, but every free kill that BLUFOR can get will definitely be beneficial. But, whew, it just goes to show, it's not just PvE with Zeusing. You can also see it in PvP, where people will get confused and shoot at each other. It happens. Blade now firing down, taking out one of the 4 IB guys, but Foika firing back and manages to take him out with a lucky grenade.
I love this on this western coast by Sector 1. They're just chasing phantoms into the sea.
They're making sure it's clear, though, because Daniel did that massive flank round. Meanwhile, X-Ray starting to breach into Sector 3. King might have spotted someone, though, because I saw him go guns up and look in that direction. And then Flux is also on the roof moving around, but they are getting fire from Lolo, who is trying to pick off Flux, I believe, and he is forced to pull back.
Scandy is doing a great thing. They've doubled back to the south of the airfield and now coming along the southwestern approach on the other side of this hill. With the fog and the concealment, they're pretty much invisible. Or I wouldn't say invisible, but they can't be seen by this Sector 2 defense at the ATC. So great move on their end, but they are running out of time. We are at about 25 minutes left. So they got to start hurrying up because they don't have a single sector captured yet. They are in Sector 3 now, just trying to find King and Flux, who are both on the upper floors in the roof.
X-Ray versus X-Ray, but defenders have the advantage because they have a lot of tight little nooks and crannies here. They can look out to the first story and hit anyone engaging.
Last round of last week, where this building is just such a maze of angles and vertical combat, which is something that not a lot of players, even in PvP, are ready.
Experienced in, yep.
Yeah, exactly. That won't be too much of an issue because Flux is on that roof and King is just kind of watching the exterior, but we'll see what happens. Reaper now coming into Flux's position, but Flux turns away as the door opens, and that's 1 down, 1 to go for BLUFOR. Flux now shooting down. That's that vertical combat. He does get 1. And that was Galil, actually, who got taken out by Flux. Team leader 4 X-Ray.
Ah, back in Sector 3. Gotcha.
Yes,
so,
the radar done.
Novik's coming around. And Flux was with another guy, though. I don't see him anymore, so I think they 1-to-1 traded. Yep.
That was King. He got taken out on the northern side by Reapers.
Bobby has to be careful, though. Novix is about to go guns up on him and come right up and see him.
And I think he does, yep.
And Novix is going to get the tap. First shot was a headshot.
Very nicely done. Flux is now tossing grenades, bouncing in a weird angle. I think some kind of invisible wall is deflecting them.
I did see a little bit of blood, though, from that grenade, so it nicked Reapers, but didn't do any significant damage there. But BLUFOR's northern attack is falling apart. I don't know, by the time they take Sector 2, because I believe they will still get it. It's going to be a tough fight, though. Then they'll probably move on to Sector 3, but by the time they get to Sector 1, they're not going to have the numbers advantage there, and time will be a significant factor.
I don't know why Lolo is still out here on this western island. He is so
Fred just got a kill.
Just on marksman, effective range, and combined with the fog and this building's layout, he's pretty much ineffective at his position, separated from Reapers.
Skip firing on Lucius here.
Or they're the last 2, I should say.
Yes, Mod Addict. All BLUFOR guys can see BLUFOR group positions and infantry, and OPFOR can see all their friendlies as well.
A single point. We actually are now having... Actually, no, that isn't blue on blue. It looked like it from the traces, but no, they just...
Jonathan just killed Fred. Fred was BLUFOR's company commander. And these Hueys are still doing close passes, firing at the air traffic control tower. I don't think they directly see anyone, though, because OPFOR has all gotten very entrenched here. And they're just baiting BLUFOR to come in.
And which is, they are being effective in that regard.
Looking back up north, Novix on the first story outside, Reaper on the second story high, just camping it out because he knows he is alone at this point. Lolo is starting to fold in, though, but still taking it very slowly, trying to be a marksman and pick off anyone that comes around. I think he spotted Novix going in, but again, he's got to wait to get a good, stable shot to be effective, but it's not going to happen at this point because they're going to be active on BLUFOR. Meanwhile, BLUFOR, we're seeing some BLUFOR guys firing. I don't know if they're firing on Skip. They got to be careful because those rounds rounds are going over and potentially ricocheting above TSB, making them freak out. Skip is going to try to crawl back. He is, I think, crippled. And otherwise, you still have these Hueys flying over. T5 Rod coming in. But I don't know where he's gonna go.
There's a big force coming in from the north.
Milky just walked up and annihilated Gorski. That was Mickey, excuse me. So Mickey doing a great job shooting his teammate to death. And now falls back.
Huh. Interesting call. But
Skip now firing on Nemesis. And now Andrea's man, and Skip actually gets the kill there. Nice.
decent bush that he's hiding behind. Obviously no actual cover, but hides his profile well enough and matches the color of his uniform, I do believe.
So by the way, OPFOR sent some reinforcements over to Sector 3 from Sector 1, and they are now systematically clearing this building as Reaper's camps the corner, and Reaper taken out by Novix. Novix doing a great job maneuvering left as Reaper stayed static, allowing Novix to get the kill as Reaper decided to keep it dominating for that movement.
Now sending
No!
Six-man team on the western side. They are now inside Sector 2, assisting Rod as they come on to Gorskowski's deceased body, or not quite deceased, but ooh, Rising did spot out.
Skip getting picked up by Gazag. At least I thought it was. It might have been Iota.
As well, trying to take down Mickey.
Hard to tell.
Well. Gets 2, and trying to take 3 with Stenley. So that in itself has decimated the northern defenses and then the western defenses. So they'll be able to push in and should be able to take out the rest of the people in here. I think Rod got yeeted, yeah, by Dusty, I'm pretty sure.
Falcon double tapping Gorski.
Severe now suppressing the ATC as well, as they are trying to flood this sector.
20 minutes left.
One objective under their belt.
Yeah.
Lots of reinforcements got to Sector 3 for Red 4, and they're holding that tight. Lolo is the last remaining member of BLUFOR X-Ray.
So I think BLUFOR is definitely going to be able to get Sector 2. Whether or not they go to Sector 3 or Sector 1 is anyone's guess, but 20 minutes remaining. Air's going to have to be really quick to ferry dudes, but I really like how we're seeing this Huey come in and suppress the rooftop and actually get a kill off of an OPFOR guy on the second story. So great call right there. And then you got Rory coming in on the hill scanning around. But we also have Kami Slaughter and Bassbeard coming in on the base of this ATC tower. I can say it right, I swear. Yes. And BLUFOR will hopefully be able to fold in and take the rest of this AO. Rory going in, getting a shot. Hillary Clintoning somebody in the back of the head. Jonathan doesn't realize it though. Rory could come down and get a second kill.
Rory's playing it cautious, just kind of peeking around the corners, checking all the
He's going to catch Jonathan out of position here though, as Jonathan moves in and gets tapped as well. Now, it wasn't in the back of the head. That's what's required for a Hillary Clinton, but it was pretty close. Now you got Falcon running up. He's got a stolen PKM, and I think he just saw something.
Yep.
Yeah, sees the oh, good shot.
Bad nade, bad frag.
Butchers the grenade throw. Doesn't tell Infidel. Infidel keeps moving. And now Panzer going low, immediately noticing that his buddy got hit. Another grenade gets thrown in.
And
Panzer looked at it, and he's like, screw it. Actually picking off Infidel. Great shot right there, and...
tries to get a frag through it.
Yes, Glass, the #1 stopper of grenades. Meanwhile, Azariah doing the proper thing of throwing a grenade through an open door, and I think that's going to hurt Panzer there. Another grenade going in as Panzer desperately tries to crawl out. And now they're going to breach him. As Panzer looks the other way, and Falcon gets the kill.
Johansson with a very cheeky angle through the opening on the top of the double doors in the ATC. Not a bad angle at all. He does get some return fire and falls back. And they still have to take these two guys out before they can call this sector secure.
I know, right? What's that? It's so exciting to see them do what you teach them.
17
Pads bandaging
17
Nemesis.
to go. This is looking more and more like a OPFOR victory. They have 2 more sectors to capture, and not a lot of people to do it with. Lolo, the marksman, has gone down to a 2-man strike team up in the north.
Yep.
And yeah, all those 50s by Sector 1 are going to shred through any vehicles or helicopters that come near. As I say that, they start opening fire on the Little Bird and one of the Hueys. One of the Hueys just got its tailrotor knocked out, I think. I heard that crunch, that mechanical kind of crunch that you don't want to hear when you're flying.
I think they're still okay. Sometimes when you hear that crunch, it's a bit of superficial damage. Otherwise, we've got So Slow marauding around outside of Sector 2 here. And Johnson has gone down, and now it's just up to Sal to defend this second story. Getting knocked out, trading with Kami Slaughter, actually. And
actually,
Slot is, Sector is taken. Falcon put some rounds in there pre-firing. Risen probably going to come in and double tap. Nope. He's just making sure everyone... Oh, there's a double tap. And there's Sal's double tap.
Not bad.
And the double tap of the rooftop guy. Ooh. So we got the Huey that's landed. I think everyone's going to start mounting up and reposition real quick because they are about to get the 15-minute warning in a few moments. Nemesis being carried by Pads here. Again, someone was asking if BLUFOR tracking is on. Yes. If people are down on your side, you'll see them as orange. Otherwise, you'll see them as your color. And you'll also see little symbols indicating which group's Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, blah, blah, blah. So...
We do have So Slow for Redfor up north of Sector 2. He has a negative point, but he somehow has an M203 M4, and I'm pretty sure
so
BLUFOR radio on his back.
He was part of the Western Defense Force that got into some blue on blue with another defense force that was coming around on BLUFOR's Western attack, and he accidentally shot a teammate in the face and got a kill. But yeah, there were a bunch of dead BLUFOR guys there, so we stole that. But I'd love to see him put some 203s in that helicopter.
Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's a BLUFOR radio on his back.
Yes, that is a BLUFOR radio. And now you're seeing him shoot at the helicopter, which honestly is not a bad call there because he's at least stopping BLUFOR.
Yeah, it's disrupt them and stop them at least temporarily. He does get some accurate return.
Should have used the 203s though.
Yeah, if he had gotten the 203 and been able to ground that thing, that'd be even worse for them. But now the Blackhawk is coming in with Christensen at the helm, and so they'll be able to get everyone else into the air and maneuvered elsewhere. Now the question is, if you were BLUFOR in this scenario, where would you land? I would almost say, well, just looking at the map, I would say south of Hill 80, but actually looking over there, that's not very flat ground, so you might want to look at to the east of it or maybe somewhere to the north, but no matter how you cut it, this is...
So Slow waking up, getting a 203 out, but was hit again, and that 203, I did not see where it landed, but it wasn't on target. I think it landed right there.
I think this is going to be just a tough fight no matter how you cut it for BLUFOR. If they were to land, if you look just north of Sector 1 by the coast, there's this nice little dip in the terrain where they could land it and get everyone out in relative cover.
Huey's going to land right on top of Sector 3 and is immediately getting magged up, goes in way too hard.
Oh no. Legs does get Flux though. Flux goes and dies. It's the bounce. Wow. It's a Mario Party fucking bounce going. Iota gets clopped by Arma Jesus, the marksman for Redfor.
Oh my god.
And so they've actually been able to land on this makeshift helipad. Let's call it that.
Sure. It's a one-way trip.
Yeah, there you go.
So is the other helicopter going to drop off reinforcements, or is it also going to try this risky play here? Because that, I get why. They only had, it was at the 15-minute warning. They were feeling rushed, but jeez Louise. G-Leg's not trying to bandage a dead body when he should be bandaging Iota, because Iota needs it more.
Absolutely. Well, he wants to bandage his pilot buddy first and foremost, but that is not what you want to do.
Yeah, but unfortunately his pilot buddy is dead, and he is not going to wake back up. Meanwhile, some more gunfire heard from below.
No, that's Fisher with that MP7. trying to get some more shots. I heard another crunch.
Yep, that was H2 getting hit.
Yeah, those M2s, sounds like that might have been them.
UH-60 just powered down, deploying more guys to go attack Sector 1. Soslo's still alive. I'll see where he funnels in. But looks like another group of infantry was deployed to the south, either by helicopter or they took a truck, but I think that was OPFOR's truck that moved over. So again, helicopter's still showing strong here as BLUFOR is throwing grenades down and trying to get some free kills. But
yeah,
numbers are...
The box trucks for that BLUFOR was able to steal. And so, yeah, they have this 5-man team coming in as reinforcements trying to save them. Falcon getting pinned down by Arma Jesus.
Appreciate it, bro.
And this is actually looking pretty good for BLUFOR. They have to still go down and clear all this out, which isn't going to be easy. And Falcon and G-Lex having a tense greeting as Falcon comes up the exterior stairs.
By the way, if you look in the building itself, there's a bunch of wheels. So, Severe getting into a fight with Luso, doing some heavy damage to Luso, but Severe getting knocked out. Grenades being thrown. Nav's getting picked off by Arma Jesus' handgun as he tried to breach in. OPFOR doing a really good job holding this building. Meanwhile, BLUFOR sending that small assault team over to Sector 1. I could see BLUFOR winning Sector 3, but not Sector 1 at this rate.
Arma Jesus gets Nav's M4 and is now coming in for looking for blood.
Yep. Those helicopters, that's we still have one in the air. It's going to have to land at some point. Navy also landing to, I guess, pick somebody up. But yeah, helicopters are going to have to land. Pilots are going to start having to go on the field here to fight.
And just like that, yeah, the radio station looks like a much tougher...
A grenade perfectly thrown on Short Boy by Nemesis.
Actually,
And another one going in the similar spot, seen by Bart. Bart quickly tries to go down to avoid it, but beautiful throws by Nem, knowing that his enemies are on the second story, making some really good calculated guesses there and doing a significant amount of damage to the infantry. But can he get up there to finish them off, is the real question.
yep, he does have another an M4, so decent weapon for the job. More shots going out.
You're hearing some firing from the MP7s right now from the choppers.
I think dropped Bay Potato and one other. I saw his arrow go.
Yep. Coming in to try to aim at the balls, but aim at the balls turns around with that PKM and magnums the shit out of G-Legs there, getting the double tap as well. Yeah, an SMG versus a light machine gun, probably not the best idea. Meanwhile, BLUFOR is on the hill. OPFOR dug and is now firing into Sector 1. OPFOR having their own positions used against them. That is pretty cute.
Ooh, Lusod is right below Nemesis in that stairwell. Because it's so smoky, neither of them even are aware of the other's existence. Nemesis shooting through a hole in the wall, gets Bart, and is looking for Short Boy as well after a mag change. And
door is open. He quickly breaches in. Short Boy on the other door. Oh, but Short Boy managed to get the lucky headshot in the spray, and Short Boy double taps Nem.
Looked like Nem almost got that headshot, but not quite. Aim with the Stars gets another, and it's just down to Lucius, Az, and Falcon.
Again, this building is really easy to defend if you camp the second stories, and that is something that OPFOR is definitely pushing to their advantage at this point. BLUFOR, meanwhile, doing their best to keep up these attacks. Some explosive traps going off, destroying some vehicles close by, but I don't know. BLUFOR is also getting surrounded up there as well.
Christensen charging across an open field with his MP7, the hero, the king, the madman. Launching grenades over towards Grav.
Guy Fieri sending Glarg to Flavortown.
You have to say that every time he gets a kill, I think.
Damn right I have to say that every time he gets a kill.
I said we.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Meanwhile, in the other AO, Falcon unconscious. It is now 3v2 in OPFOR's favor, and OPFOR has a defense advantage.
Grav is actually pulling back, and he gets caught out in the open by Christensen. He's plinking away that MP7, but those are pretty accurate shots. Lots of blood on the ground from him. Tosses a satchel. That's not going to go far enough, and Grav might be blown to bits by his own... No, he's just safe enough, but holy shit.
So there is a mod in FNF, this is just for the viewers, where they can actually throw their satchel charges, and they just act as... What?
It's Ace. That's a feature with Ace.
Oh, it is a feature with Ace. Okay, I thought it was a feature with their own thing.
It runs Ace can do that. It's
Nice.
You can just change it from your inventory. I showed that to Sparky the other day, and his mind was blown. It was amazing. It was like a child being given an ice cream cone. It's great.
Oh, dear. 7 minutes left. OPFOR actually down one as well, so it's Short Boy and Bay Potato versus Lucius and Lone Survivor, aka Azariah. But the other fight to the west at Sector 1, there is just way too many OPFOR guys here.
Aim of the Stars gets picked back up, so now it's a 3v2 as you look away. So this is still a tough fight, very much so. And Aim of the Stars is shooting something. Bay Potato drops him from across the way. That's a friendly fire if I've ever seen one.
Amazing.
So now it's back to a 2-on-2. Actually, wait, no. Whoever the other BLUFOR guy was got dropped as well.
Yep. And helicopters landing, and we've got 3 pilots joining the fray with MP7s.
Oh no, the reservists are here.
There's no medic. Actually, Azariah is a medic. He could get Falcon back up, so if he goes to focus on Falcon, the other 3 could finish this breach here.
But if he did, he'd be exposed to Short Boy's position. Very sharp angle watching over his body, but...
Yep, almost picked off Bay Potato there, but Bay Potato pulled back at the gunshots. Again, a really niche angle there, but as I think is starting to get a good layout of this structure. Looking at the other sector...
Vonk, so we're having more friendly fire as the mission is winding down.
Christensen has picked up an enemy gun and is trying to fold in. We also have pads folding in as well. We could see an upset. Vonk is spotting Christensen, missing although... Oh! Back of the head last second.
Damn, you had to have said
it's
something.
Up the pads. I know. Streamer's curse.
God bless.
Meanwhile, grenades being thrown back and forth at Sector 3. A grenade blowing away one of the pilots because he was naked with no body armor. That makes total sense. And as now on the second story, trying to find an angle on where he believes these OPFOR guys are.
And he might find it. He's going to come around here to the right. That little box-shaped hole in the wall is where they're at. He should see those 2 bodies and be drawn, have his eyes drawn to that position. But yeah, like you said,
Falcon bleeds out.
Such a tough building to clear. I think he just saw the hands of Short Boy. Yep, he saw him in there. As always cautious, trying to wait for the perfect shot. If he has any nades, now's the time.
I think he's burned them all at this point.
Yeah, he might have used them all in Sector 2. Crawling around very slowly. And now he's got the worst case.
He's going to see Short Boy. He's trying to get an angle on him. And gets the headshot.
Bay Potato now. M16 versus PKM. Oh!
Amazing job done by Azariah right there. Slow and steady. Now the pilots need to go back, get in that UH-1, and fly into the other AO because Pads is dead. And
yep, they have less than
3.5 minutes to do it. Whew.
Yeah, and this is what 3v too many. There's 6 there, 7.
3v about 11, I think.
11. Yeah, 3v 11. Oof. This is rough. I mean, great persistence from BLUFOR, but I think it is going to come down to time. And unless they get in the circle itself and force an overtime, they're not going to have much of a chance. Best bet right now, probably land on the south side, other side of the trees. Hot drop. Maybe try and take strafe the tower, because there is a PKM up there. If they're able to take him out with a passing strafe, and then do a hot drop, push into where that Jeep with the tarp is, although there is a satchel right there, that's not good.
I don't see it. Just with the amount of time we have left and BLUFOR is not being immediately mobile.
Yeah.
Their best bet would be to grab a chopper, land right on top, and then get cut down by the multiple machine gunners and the AT guy in OPFOR, still at Sector 1. Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we? Yeah, it's GG.
I'm inclined to agree with you, which I don't like to do, but in this case, I have no choice. They might be able to get over there in time. They might have to just try and drop inside the capture zone itself. There's actually fewer people in it than outside of it, so maybe I'm saying there's a chance. It could be, 99-1 against, but we've seen crazier things. I would just love for that satchel by the Jeep to get used. They land on the other side of the trees, they push up, and just the perfect satchel gets blown. Although, actually, I'm not seeing the combat engineer. Yeah, I'm not seeing any combat engineers that are still alive over at Sector 1, so that might be a completely null and void satchel. But with a minute and a half to go, they're just barely spooling up, and they almost didn't take off there.
I'm just going to watch a chopper in third person, and we'll see how they do.
Agreed.
Under 2.5 minutes left. They're going to have to be immediately direct here. Navy doing a cut to the left.
They have 70 seconds left to get in the zone.
No, they still have an extra minute. They're going to be on 2 minutes. Oh, wait, no, you're right. My bad. Yep, 1 minute remaining.
1 minute and counting. 60 seconds.
Bum-ba-da-bum, bum-ba-da-da-bum, bum-ba-da-bum.
Not what you want to do. Lots of fire coming in.
Well, he's got to land it.
Lines.
Like, immediately.
Oh, that's too hot. 45 seconds. That's...
Barrel roll! Barrel roll! Do the barrel roll! Fail RP! Fail RP, Barbarian! Fail RP! That was an intentional grounding!
Intentional grounding.
Oh my god! 10-yard penalty, second down!
Cheese is still...
Cheese!
He's got 10, 9...
He's got literally like
7,
6 seconds.
6, 5...
He's not gonna be able to get into the fucking AO!
He's just running triple time 2, 1...
Oh my god. Well, he tried. Manages to get a kill. But he's caught reloading. Tom double tapping his friend.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Explosive traps going off, so yeah, OPFOR still had the detonator to it. Cheese running in as Tom has been killed off. And Coda's gunfire is drowning out Cheese's gunfire.
I think he's at a PKM. They're letting them have their fun since the the round's over. No, he's reloading. Now all of Redford are going, wait, why hasn't it ended yet?